Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Houston Texans and our home team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Foles. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Fournette. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He hits Blue. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd and 10, Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll go down right around this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Watson now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal. Got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now on 2nd and 16. Foles in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Whitney merciless. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. They'll look to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Keelan Cole, the intended target. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Watson on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Miller. Shedding through the defense. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the curve.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Dances by him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 24-yard line.
A four-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Set. Ready. Check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On first down, Watson. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All day, 40 wants the mic, 40 wants the mic. Check, in, orbit. It's a party now. It's on.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Yeah, go, let's go, let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Back to you.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
44, Mike, 44.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 22-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Hey, that's all day, baby. Your shot. Hey, take your shot back to home. Shot back to home.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set. 19. Check. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Lamar Miller, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Here we go.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
44, Mike.
Now it's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Perkins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. This pass caught at the 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Great. Hey, Foxtrot. And we're going 37's the mic.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Marquise Lee, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Eat. It's a party now.
Foles. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check. Focus, defense, focus.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, baby, all day.
On 2nd and 9, Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it?
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A big hitter to start the drive has them up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney merciless in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Foles. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney merciless has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Here's Foles. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to leave the booth.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
This is Miller. And some room to run. Lamar Miller past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now back to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 16. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now it's Miller. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Miller. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Welcome back now here in London. Get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Black.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll set up a throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. James O'Shaughnessy. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Easy.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard
Hey,
line.
Wahoo! Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the run. Under. Watch the run.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game, certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Stop your whining.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play. First down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On first down, Miller. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Perkins. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And Watson's going to throw it here. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it, as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw to the middle, taken in by Cole. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Easy.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll look to throw here. The throw taken in by Cole. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You think you're going to get this? Yes.
Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Jaguars on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is third and 10. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Get him. Hey, Delta. Watch 85. Man, I got you. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Hey, Kaden. Fellas, let's set a tone. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Strip that ball. Hey, Zoo. Strip that ball. Switch. Here go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll go down, but not before.